Hi, I'm Cindy Halpern, and I was challenged by Andrew Belander at yesterday's Second Generation Holocaust meeting to write for 7 days the things I'm grateful for. Last night I was grateful to have Fred Gross speak about his parents who survived the Holocaust. They were from Czechoslovakia, and it was a very good presentation by Fred. It was very heartfelt, and his historical facts were right on, and I don't want to say I enjoyed it because it's about suffering through the Holocaust, but it was very meaningful and worthwhile. Today I wrote that I am grateful for my friendship with Dan Kruger. I met Dan through another Holocaust group in Framingham, Massachusetts, when I lived in the Rhode Island area, and Dan and I have been very close friends, very spiritual close friends, and I will always be grateful for his friendship. To fast forward to other things that I am grateful to, I am grateful for my friendship for Rose Vieira. I've been friends with her since 7th grade, and we've been through a lot as well, and she's a very good friend of mine. Like Dan is like my brother, Rose is like my sister, and I'm very grateful for my friendship with her. She's meant a lot to me, and I've made, fast forward to other things I'm grateful for. My trip to Poland that I went in April, I'm very grateful to that, and I have to thank Andrew Belander for that, because that trip never would have happened without her ingenuity and know-how. We didn't have enough people, but she made it happen anyhow. So I'm grateful to Andrea for making that trip possible, and I'm also grateful for her friendship. I'm also grateful that I made a new friend on the trip, Donna. She's an Episcopal priest, and she's also half Jewish. She's had relatives that were affected by the Holocaust, and I'm grateful for Donna's friendship. She's a very spiritual person. Of course, you know, you would think an Episcopal priest is spiritual anyhow, but she really is a very spiritual person. And even if she wasn't a priest, she would still be a spiritual person. So I'm grateful to her. And I don't say it too much because he doesn't like me to say it, but I am grateful to Ted. And again, he's a very private person. I can't go into any details, but I am grateful to Ted. I'm grateful for my daughter and grandson, that I have a daughter. It was going to be a very difficult road for me to have her because of the muscular dystrophy. I had to go through a lot of tests. And likewise to have Scott, for Robin to have Scott, and that Scott is healthy. So obviously I'm very grateful to them. And I am grateful for my inner strength, which I don't always give credit to, but I've had great inner strength to survive what I have survived, the tragedies of the loss of my brothers, my sister, who I was not close to, but it was still a tragedy nevertheless. Her death probably could have been prevented. She had high blood pressure, and she didn't take her pills, and she succumbed to that. She had a massive stroke and died at the age of 45. And my brother's death couldn't be prevented, but her death could have been, and that's the great sadness in that. But I've had inner strength to cope with becoming an only child when I had 3 siblings and lost my parents as well. And that's the great tragedy of my life, to have lost my entire family of origins. But I've had the inner strength to write about it and share it and help other people. And the other thing I'm very grateful for is to be a hospice volunteer. That's a great thing. I mean, I probably get more out of it than my patients get out of it. To be with these people, to share the last months of life with them, it's precious. It's really precious. It was done for my mom with hospice, and my stepdad too. My stepdad was actually in a facility for hospice. He died, and I'm just so grateful to be a volunteer in the Northport area. And I've met wonderful people through hospice, very caring and giving people. I'm very grateful to have met them. And I guess I'm grateful, of course, to have food and clothing and shelter, a car to take me places. And believe it or not, I'm grateful for my smartphone and Facebook. That helps me keep in touch with a lot of my special friends. I mean, everyone lives far away from me, just about, and this keeps me in touch with them. So I am grateful for that. And finally, I'm grateful for YouTube. This gives me another media to reach out to people, where people actually can see me while I'm speaking. Whereas on Facebook, they can read what I wrote, but putting a face to the words is kind of nice too. So I am grateful for that. And I'm grateful for God and having God in my life. And I'm not someone who preaches that. I'm not a missionary or a preacher or anything like that. It's my personal God, who's always with me, who helps me through things. And I'm very grateful for my personal God. I think that wraps this up. Thank you.